Is the new Ariana Grande Love Notes Plush Vanilla a new take on vanilla? Is it the same old, or is it familiar but done better than others? Let's find out. Hello, my gorgeous ones. Welcome to Alicia Budget Beauty. My name is Alicia. Here on my channel, I love all things affordable fashion, beauty, and fragrance. I do hauls, tutorials, reviews on new fragrance releases, all sorts of fun stuff. So if that sounds good to you, please subscribe, stick around, be a friend. All right, you guys, so truth be told, I had no idea this new Ariana Grande fragrance was releasing until it was already available in the Sephora stores. I woke up one morning, just like a week ago or so, and opened up my Instagram and saw available at Sephora, and I thought, you sneaky little Ari. I had no clue. As you guys can see back there, I do have all of my Ariana Grande fragrances up on those lockers. Why? Not because I think Ariana Grande's fragrances are the best in the world or the best in my collection. Just honestly, it looks cute up there. That is why it looks like a shrine to Ari behind me. Now, I did get pretty excited when I saw it was another one of the love notes because I hadn't seen another one launch, at least in the US, since Pink Woods. And I have to say, Pink Woods grew on me. I did a review of this back whenever it launched, and I kind of said it was okay. I was a little bit disappointed. I was expecting something just, I don't know. I thought since she was going in a different direction with the bottles looking more mature, I just thought it'd be something a little bit more special. But over time, I've really grown to enjoy this fragrance more and more. I think it's very classy and elegant, and easy, soft, floral woods fragrance. And I remember saying, I didn't think the name was really that great. I was like, I don't know. It doesn't feel like Pink Woods to me. Over time now, it really does. This really does smell like pink, delicate lady woods. And I don't think it's too mature. And I also don't think it's too young. So I grew to actually like this a lot more. So whenever I saw there was another Love Notes, I was like, oh yeah, let's go ahead and check her out. Now, this says on the bottle that it is macaroon, vanilla macaroon, cashmere woods, amber crystals. I think on the Sephora site, it also lists sandalwood and orange blossom. Now, just by reading those notes, I knew this was not going to be that unique. And I think anyone expecting it to be, reading those notes, is kind of kidding themselves. These are pretty common notes that we see in fragrances often, whether it is standing alone as those notes or incorporated with other notes in a fragrance. Like these are standard basic notes, right? But I do have to report that I quite like this a lot. And is it monumental? No. Is it life-changing? No. Is it the best vanilla fragrance in the world? No. I definitely have some in my collection that are a little bit more rich, nuanced, definitely more niche smelling, but those are also quite a bit more expensive perfumes. This I put kind of in the category with some others that I have next to me, like Seven Virtues Vanilla Woods, Sniff's Vanilla Vice. We also have 5 Cents Into Deep, and even Truly's Vanilla Baby. Now, is it an exact copy of any of those? I don't think so. I think the closest, whenever I was spraying them, is probably Vanilla Woods. I do get a similar vibe from them, that kind of soft woods in the background with that pretty vanilla at the top. Another thing that's setting it apart is this has no fruit notes, while these others do. Like the Vanilla Baby has, I think, pear and pistachio. So this is probably the least like it. So I really do think it's the most similar to Vanilla Woods, but it's not an exact copy of it. And I've also seen some people say that it is just like Vanilla Skin by Fleur. I don't have that one. I've sprayed it in stores before. It didn't capture me enough to want to purchase it. I liked it. I thought it was pretty. But I can't tell you without having it right next to me if it's exactly the same, but I do believe that there are some fruit notes in that one as well. So I kind of have a hard time believing they're identical. And if so, it kind of makes me wonder why the fruit notes aren't more detectable then in Vanilla Skin. Since this one has no fruit notes, how can they be identical? I do think that Plush Vanilla is a fairly long-lasting fragrance. I've been testing it out about the last 4 days. I've worn it even in environments where I don't think that it's best suited, like my son's baseball game in 90-something degree weather in the sun. It wasn't too heavy, too sweet where I couldn't stand it or anything. But I think in that weather, I needed something more like aquatic and fresh, not necessarily this Plush Vanilla fragrance. But it withstood the kind of being sweaty and being out there all day long and coming home. I could still smell it on my skin. I don't think this is too sweet. It doesn't have that synthetic vanilla to it. It doesn't have like a cupcakey vanilla. It's not even really a baker's vanilla. I definitely get this light, Plush is a pretty good word for it, like this where you could almost just kind of reach out and squish it and it would fluff back up, like that sort of vanilla that has almost like a little give, a little bounce. It's not dense, but it's also not cakey, airy either, I don't think. And I think it's because it's that macaroon. It smells like the consistency of a macaroon, if that makes sense. And I've really grown to love some cashmere woods whenever it is in the base of a fragrance or even in the mid. I just think it comes in and helps to make things smooth and gives it a little bit of that woody element without being too masculine, without being too strong, without being too earthy. A cashmere woods is like a soft blanket of woods. And the orange blossom in here is also not overly strong. I do detect something slightly marshmallowy in here, and I think that's probably coming from the orange blossom, but it's not a really in-your-face floral in here whatsoever. I think it just gives it that marshmallow effect, and I think it's really classy. I think it's really pretty. I think it's a very, very easy wear. It does also layer very nicely with the pink woods. So if you have the two, I do recommend it. It just kind of gives a little slight more gourmand element to the pink woods. So if you felt like the pink woods was a little too woody for you, even though I don't, I think it's perfectly balanced in here, or you thought, oh, the florals stick out a little too much, I wanted something just sweeter and more girly, a little bit younger smelling, then I think that layering these is really, really nice. Do I think you should run out and grab this if you have a lot of vanillas in your collection? Probably not. I would say go smell it in the store and see if you think that it's different enough from your vanillas. As I already mentioned, these are just some of the vanillas in my collection that I thought might be the most similar to it. And I have a large collection. I don't mind having fragrances that are in the same family, but someone else may think that they're too similar, even though I don't think they're exact copies. Also back here, Ari is back there, Ari by Ariana Grande. I did spray that one. I didn't bring it over here to kind of show you guys because they really aren't that much alike. That one does have pear and raspberry in it. It has other florals in it, and I think they're two completely different fragrances. I do think they would also layer really well together as well. And I also have Mod Vanilla. They are not similar at all. They both have vanilla in the name. That's about it. Mod Vanilla has that plum in it, and it has the praline, so it's this kind of juicy, tangy, nutty vanilla fragrance, where this is like a soft, light, airy, fluffy, vanilla, soft woods. It's pretty simple. I really like it though, you guys. I really, really, really do. I'm just trying to be careful because I know there's so many new fragrances coming out all the time. I just don't want to oversell this and overhype it. But I really like it. And I like the simplicity of this as well. Sometimes you just want to grab something knowing it's going to smell really, really pretty, or you threw on a lotion and you want to know it's not going to clash and it's going to go well together and get out the door. I think that's the type of vanilla that this is. Also, it is $80 for 125 ml, I believe. So this is a larger bottle. I think that's a really good value. I got mine, I think you can only get it from Sephora right now. And I had points. I didn't have a yeah, there wasn't a disc, like a percent off. It was just points. Oh, and a gift card. That's what I had. So I only paid, I think, about 50 bucks for this. And I think that's a heck of a deal. You might want to wait for a Sephora sale, or if they randomly have their 20% off fragrances to grab it. I mean, why not get it at a discount price? I don't think it is so pertinent and amazing that you have to run out and get it right at this moment. Go smell it in stores. If you do, let me know what you think. I, for one, am very, very happy to have it in my collection. I hope that helped you guys. I thank you so much for watching. And as always, have fun shopping, budget shopping, and smelling fabulous. Bye.